I am live, and I am live on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And today, our show today is about managing your money successfully. So, are you here? Are you ready to learn? It is our first time. It's a big debut for me. As you know, I am trained and worked for TD Bank. I know their system really well, and I am featuring them because it's their system is one of the easiest system to navigate. And that's why it is important for us to make sure that you have the best tools necessary, hi Yuko, for you to manage your money successfully. So I am on Instagram and I am on TikTok. I don't know how it's working on Instagram over here. I don't know. So anyway, and YouTube. So my topic today is all about making sure you understand the importance of managing your money to live a fulfilled life. I am I'm trained by TD Bank. I was trained there. I'm a certified financial planner. I taught there for a number of years. And there is a big gap between people, financial knowledge. There's a gap. And you go to the bank and they just say, here's your account, here's this, here's that. But you have a mission. I know you're 20, I know you're 18, and you have your first part time job. And nobody is holding your hand. You don't need them to hold it. You need them to feed you the information that you can make sense for you so you can use that information to live a fulfilled life. The thing is, there's some choices you can make. There's some people that will help you, and there's some people that just looks after the numbers. But if I give you the information you need, I inspire you to go do this and to start from the bottom. A small amount of money is better than having tons and you keep putting out and using it. The thing is, there is a saying that's very true today, as it was true all those days ago, all these years ago. Live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later on. So that means you look at challenges and you work through them, and you come out on the other side with money. And in your older years or your middle years, you have possessions, you have property, you can go on vacation to live a fulfilled life. I worked for TD Bank for a number of years. I started there as a county officer. I studied, I did all these things behind there. It's from them, they paid for it. Therefore, I have inside and outside information. So get your pen ready. Have questions, put your questions. I will answer your questions today live. I will teach you. So listen to this. You have a small part-time job. You're a student. You're 18 years old, and you're bringing home 300-400. I don't know the what you call it. The minimum wage is higher now, so you're bringing home more money now. So because you're bringing home more money, you are able, of course, to choose to save some or to use it all up. Many of us, our parents do not teach us that we can. They told me I can share on Instagram, on Facebook. Okay, so open it up and go do your thing over there. I don't know what TikTok is doing, but anyway, so TikTok has disappeared as usual, Yuko. So, but I am back. I'm back. Is that TikTok? I'm not sure anymore. So here I am. TikTok moves away. So what I am saying, hi Justin Jones and all of you guys that are here. What I'm saying is that you have a paycheck, and nowadays money goes right into your bank account. It does not give a check in your hand. You know how many hours you work. If you're part-time, you know if you have a full-time job. And yes, the pay is not a lot, but I am saying you to make sure that I know what I'm talking about, because I started with $1.75 savings. I know it was 10,000 million years ago. But the point is to start at the bottom. Do a little bit. Your bank, do not be afraid to go to your bank today, tomorrow, online, call them, hold on, get a glass of water, make sure you're sitting there and you're waiting until it's your turn to ask questions, to do things so you can live that life you desire. You can go on that vacation, you can buy that home, you can get out of debt, you can do things for you. And the journey starts the minute you start to earn money. That's when it starts. And these are your developing years. It's called developing. From the time you graduate on the high school or university, those years there, you start it, you plant the seed. So let's do a little bit of math, quick math. Get your pen, get your paper. I'm ready for you. So your paycheck this month, this week, is $300. And everywhere you go in the world, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. But they don't tell you how. Then they tell you, make a budget. And when you hear the budget, you run for the hills like everybody else. Everybody take off because the budget is telling you, oh, you cannot do this. The budget is listing to you everything you cannot do. And who wants to get that? I looked at the situation and I felt the energy of my clients at the bank when I say you have to be a budget. And I said, what can I use instead of a budget? It's your money. You need to know how to spend it so you can grow wealth, so you can be rich, not comfortable, but wealthy. And it's possible. So why they've on a budget? Look at a budget. Go Google a budget. And you'll see where you are. Rent, mortgage, insurance, car payment, loan payment, groceries. And then there's a little bit at the bottom, savings. But savings is a debt you owe yourself. Your saving, you have to look at your saving your money in the bank like it's a debt you owe to yourself. I was there. I worked for 18 hours. I worked for 20 hours. Next month, what do I have to show that I even went to work? All what I had went straight down the drain to pay bills. I need to do better than that. And that's where you create a spending plan. That's what I invented, a spending plan. You are at the top. Your savings is number one. Tessa-Marie Shillingford's savings. I have $50 to save. I have $20 to save. But I have 4 places I want to put it in. I want a vacation account one day. I do not want to go on vacation and come back with a bill to pay. I want to buy a house one day. I want to have the disposable income. I want to start an RSP, a retired, a 401k one day. And I have $20. That's all I can afford. Somebody that doesn't understand how it compounds, how you build, how you put a seed in the ground and it grows and it gets big. If you doubt me, check out on Google the size of a lettuce seed. It is a dot of a pen, no bigger. But when they drop it in the ground, it grows and you get this. It has hundreds of leaves. I'm just kidding. It has maybe 40 leaves in a good bunch. But you only put one seed. How did that happen? It grew, it compounded, it spread, you watered it, you looked after it, you were there for it. That's what you have to do with your money. So remember, we have $20 to save. So at the top of the list of your spending plan, I call it a sustainable financial spending plan. It sustains, it has movement. It's like a spring. Because in that, at the top, you have $20. And all I can afford, Tessa-Marie is $20. I said, that's great. You have money. Oh, well, and Tessa-Marie says, you need to open 4 accounts. But Tessa-Marie, they're going to charge me. No, they're not. There's ways and there's to do that. A savings account, you only got charged when you use it more than 2 times or more to take money out. If you're putting it in, they don't care. They want your $5. The bank will take you 10 cents. And that is the one time the bank will work for you. They don't charge you to put money in your savings account. The bank is working for you free of charge. Don't you think it's time that they should do that for you and me? Hi, so loud. So this is what you do. Hi, Yuko. And you go to your bank or online. You go online. You get paid every Thursday or Friday. You say, okay, $5 into an account called savings to buy a home. Because TD Bank, I love that bank for what they teach you. They have something called rename your account. So if you have a name for it, you know what it is for. You will never be, want to cash it out. Be tempted to use it for something else. Oh, no, no, that's my house account. No, that's to buy the car. No, that's my vacation. That's my RSP. You will leave it there because you know why it is there. When you have one savings account, you have an Irish stew. An Irish stew has a lot of ingredients. You take a spoon of Irish stew, that's meat, some potato here, a head of carrot, some leeks. You don't know what you're using, what you're eating. The taste becomes a melange, melange. But when you have distinct flavors, you know what that money in account that it says vacation account is for. My trip in 2 years, my 20th birthday, my 30th birthday trip, something. So the next thing you're going to do after that is go to your financial institution, preferably try, if you haven't banked with TD, and if you haven't gone and check out their website and go through what they have to offer, you're missing a big trip. You can go there, you can click, you can learn, you can find things, you can study, you can look at, you can ask questions. It's the easiest system to navigate in the Canadian banking system. That I know for sure, because I went for the past couple of months before I decided on this, looking at those others, they're difficult. So you go in and you open an account, you call it savings account, rename it. That is going to be for my house account. That one is my car. That one is my wedding account. That one is for my retirement account. I have $20. You go in $20 every payday or $20 a month. That is done free of charge for you. That's how the bank operates. They work for you now. They will not laugh at you. And if the person laughs at you, you can correct that by saying, listen, I'm planting my seed. I am 18 years old. I'm 25 years old. That's the beginning of my wealth. Put them on the spot. No matter what bank, but a TD bank, because I'm staff member telling you anything else in my day, you would be surprised. They say, no, we'll take whatever you got. Because your $5, you see that $20 you just put in the 4 different savings account there? The bank does not print money. So, your cousin that just bought a house last month, his mortgage money made up of all those little $5 and $100,000,000 people have in the bank. And your $5 is amongst that. They need that $5 to be able to give that person a huge, big amount of money for a mortgage. So the mortgagee pays 5%. The bank agrees to give you 1% or whatever. You get your 1%. The bank makes 4%. They pay for their staff, whatever they have to pay for. And that's how your $5 become important. The thing is, you have to make it important for you. So if somebody I have a younger brother, right? And he had just started working. So I said to him, when he was married and I said, you can save $20 a week, So he was all excited. He went to home and told his wife, my sister said to save $20 a week. And he said, my wife said, little savings is no savings. Well, something left my feet and went up to my head and I went, oh my God, ignorance. This is terrible. This is just too terrible. Little savings is no savings. It's the small amount of water that fills the barrel. It's the small, constant raindrop, tiny raindrop that soaks the soil to enable the farmer to sow his seeds to give us food in the fall. What is she talking about? Get out your calculator. Are you here with me? Let us see how that $20 could have multiplied. I will get you to do all the work. $20 times 52. Right? And when times 18. 18 years later, he's telling me this story. And that is only $20. So $20 times 52 weeks times 18 years gives you, look at the amount. But there is more to come. Suppose that next year he made that $25 and put $6 in each of these accounts. If the following year he did the same, up until the 18 years, you could take your time and do the math, and you will see how much money this man would have had he started with $20 a week. If you come to me and I'm coaching you, I coach for free on finance because I realize how important it is to get it. I prepare you to be successful in banking. I do not invest. I do not teach investment because there are millions of investor people up there to do that. I get you ready to go to them to invest for you. That's my job. I teach you how to keep more of your money, how to make it grow. And when it grows, you invest it in a house, you invest it in stocks or bond, whatever. But I don't do that. I am the teacher. I will teach you how to be successful. And it's a passion of me. That's what I have. My motivation is enlighten, educate, encourage, empower people to manage their money successfully like a pro. So that's why I desire to do this seminar. So in these troubling, turbulent times we are having, you can still save, and you can call it, datch the word budget. Budget is like being in a tightrope, all the things you cannot do. A sustainable financial spending plan is you choosing which way and how and when you want to spend your money. You start with the little $20 at the top. Your name is first up there. Pay yourself first. And below that, you have the rent. You have all of those little things. Everything you have to pay follows you. A savings of $1 is a debt you owe yourself. It's saying, I'm worthy of keeping some of my money. I worked for it. I should have some of it. That's the message you're sending to your psyche. And where attention goes, energy flows. You save money every month, every 2 weeks, every week. You do it automatically. Do not trust yourself to walk to the bank and go to the bank and put money in the bank. Do not trust yourself to get on your computer and to transfer money yourself from your checking to your savings account. Do not trust yourself. Nobody trusts us to pay them except us believing we will pay ourselves. We were taught to put ourselves last. We were taught to pay the rent and all the other bills. They come first, and at the bottom of that thing, aka budget, is you. And the minute the cost of the big things go up, they tell you stop saving. Oh, I have to get my savings money, have to go to pay this or that. But if it's only a small amount and the other expenses are going up, look for ways to cut entertainment, eating out, going to the movies, how you do your laundry, when you do your laundry, how you use your hydro, when you use your hydro, when you do this, when you do that. Turn off the light in the room when you leave the room, but do not touch your savings. You have a reason for it. Respect it, honor it. It belongs to you. You are honoring yourself by saying, I work and I'm worthy to have money. So you must do that. And the checking account is your core account. That's where your pay comes in. That's where your tax refund comes in. That's where everything comes in. Your checking account is like hanging on the side, but it is the heartbeat to your future. It is the projector to a fulfilled life, a financial fulfilled life. It's a projector to that thing called financial prosperity. Yes. You take $5 every week automatically. Do not trust yourself. Hey, how many of you that Palace and all these telephone companies allow to pay them for your phone bill? The first thing they ask you, do you have a credit card? So they can reach in and touch someone, reach in and take the money and for themselves. Get your bank to do that for you. You have a slave, call your bank. Hey, on the 15th of the month, take $5 from this account, put it in that account. Here's my signature. That's all you have to do. and you go. And I think they even allow you to do it online now. And like clockwork, it will be done, rain or shine, snow. Nobody has to walk to the bank to do that. It is automatically done for you. So that is what you have to remember. The checking account is a main account. Cash comes in. And when I worked at the bank, we used to call it an automatic transfer account because money come in, money go out. Money come in, money go out. That's where you swipe. That's where you buy. That's where you do everything. And money is something that has to be harnessed. Remember that. You do not harness your money, it will run away from you like a wild horse, an untamed horse. So, this series of financial talk is to enable you to make sure you build wealth so you can have a prosperous financial prosperity. Starting at the bottom with your checking account. You move your money from your checking account to savings, automatically your bank becomes your slave. Your wish is my command. Your bank, you tell them when, how much, they'll do it. No, be careful. I need to take some water. Do not put more in savings than you would keep there. That is why I, who started savings in 1969 at $1.75 a week, married, two of us. That's all we could afford. $1.75. And then when he got a raise of 25 cents an hour, we added it. When the government gave me $3.50 for 6 months of raise, we put it in there. We lived like no one else, not without food. We had everything, but properly managed because we knew we needed to buy this house that I'm sitting in today. So we started saving and building and building. Slow and steady wins the race. You have heard me say, go slow so you can go further. And that is the truth. So you put a certain amount, a lot less, but the energy you're playing with, the vibration you're playing with is this one. Because you're on the top of that sustainable financial spending plan, you matter. You're worthy. $20, yes, but you got it. And if you doubt, check last year. A quick look at the past. Before this, were you at the top? Or were you at the bottom of this thing called AKA budget? We do not use it again. When you hear the word budget, you feel like you're in a straight jacket. You know, the first time I noticed the energy, the negative energy a budget has on a human being, I was going to the Roy Thompson Hall to see a show. And I said to my cousin, we had seen one a month ago. And I said, they have this other show coming. Would you like to go? No, I can't go. I am on a budget. You know, I'm on a budget. I'm looking at her. What? That's what it does to you? And I said, okay, can I show you how to live your life without feeling like you're in a straitjacket and angry and less than and not fulfilled? If you want. I said, yeah, I'll teach you. And I showed her. Put yourself first. The energy will put you first. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Azim. And somebody, Barak, somebody, long name, can't pronounce it. And the energy and Nyama will put you up there because you have this. Hi, sister. She's on Instagram. So, guys, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I am in it to do it. I am hitting you from all angles because I want you guys to have money when you get to be older. I want you to be able to go on a vacation and stay there, and you do have your house and sit in your garden and dream and sleep and let the squirrel come and jump all over you. Yes, I want you to make sure you're doing really well. So, what I am going to tell you again is listen to me carefully. Save every time you get paid. I had $1.75. Is yours $1? Is yours $20? Listen, you might say $1 is not sufficient, but look at how are you will replay it will, yes, it'll be replayed. If you go to the place called the dollar store, you pay $1. If you do not have that dollar and tax, you're not getting it, are you? No. And that is what happened. Hi, Candice. And that is what happens. Saving sustainable financial spending plan. That's the new thing. I invented this, and you are at the top. Not as big as rent and all the other huge payments, but $20 every payday, $10. If you're self-employed, I used to take cream right off the top. 10% of my sales is belongs to me. I divide it between the four accounts that mattered to me at the time. But your checking account is exactly like a sieve. You put stuff in it and it runs out. Everybody gets paid. So the person that matters, that needs to get paid, and maybe not as much as the others, is you. So your name should be there too. From this to my savings, my holiday, my wine drinking account, my vacation account, my house buying account, my car buying account, I don't know, any account. But you need to have them. TD Bank allows you to open savings account. I don't think they have a limit. And then I will teach you how to manage your savings account so you are not abusing it and having to pay fees. When you put money for a vacation, that is once or twice a year. There is no reason to go in there every month and take $1 out of it. Then if that's what you're doing, you do not need a savings account. If you put it in an RSP, retirement account, you don't need it now. Leave it alone. If you put it in an account to go buy a house, you're not buying it tomorrow, leave it alone. If you want to put it in here for you to buy a car, leave it alone. $20 every week or every 2 weeks or every month is $5 in each of these four accounts or whatever your accounts you're going to do. And that builds up. And that becomes what you do to propel yourself to success. If all you have is a checking account, at least for the sake of your wealth building for your future, go open a savings account. A checking account without a savings account is like you're not counted. What do you have to show all of last year? I gave you a formula to follow. Follow what my brother did. He didn't save $20 a week. And 18 years later, he's telling me how he regretted not doing that. And that's when I knew he didn't do it. He said, my wife said, little savings is no savings. She is a nurse. Do you want to hear what I said to him? I said, your wife is good at giving injections. She shouldn't be telling you how to manage money. Maya Angelou warned us about it. She said, if a person is not wearing a shirt and they are telling you where to go buy a shirt, you have to really question that. You really have to look at them and go, are they for real? She is a nurse. She can take a needle and stick it in any part of our body. That's her job. And I will never tell her how to do that. But she and somebody who doesn't have my experience, my actual life experience, my work experience, my observation and listen experience of failure and success from others should not tell you how to manage your money. Choose rightly. When you go to your bank, if you're face to face with somebody, it's better. I know since COVID, everybody's flying in the air. But I still believe if that person at the bank gets to know you and you get to know them, and you come with smart questions and you ask for the tools and you say, I need to be wealthy, they might laugh at you. They'll laugh at you today. And tomorrow they'll be looking at you to invest that money that you have put away. So cultivate a relationship. You know that show Cheers? You want to go a place where everybody know your name? I know what that's like with my clients. They would walk into the bar and say, oh, hello, Mr. Jones. How are you feeling today? Oh, hi, Tessa-Marie. And he's walking with me towards the office like a big shot. Why? He established a relationship with me. And that's what matters. And I would tell him what is good for him. He would come to me and say to me, I'm going to put my money over here and do this. And I say, okay, well, what are you leaving in for emergency? I would check him out, question me, what about the kids? You know, you have a new grandson, a new granddaughter. What money, what's going on? Talk to me. And that is how I enable him to live that life. And so I am saying, let us do this right. This is the first of a series on finances. I am not letting off until you guys get it. I will speak to the bank because that's where I was trained. I know their system inside out. And their system is the easiest system in the financial institutions that I went and did evaluations on to navigate through. It's user friendly and it doesn't break down. And they have a lot of checks and balances. Go on the website of your bank, get to know your bank, get to know what they have, what they're offering for you. And if you want to compare TD with any other bank, compare them. I am not working for TD. I'm just telling you the best is for you to choose which bank you want to deal with to get a successful life. If you love this video, share it with others because there are others who are not here today that can benefit with it. And give me a like, and on YouTube, subscribe, on Instagram and TikTok, do, because on Saturday at 1, I will talk again about the accounts. And what I'm asking, if you have questions, Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come with your questions and post it in here. Soul Out said, so happy to be here and absorb this information. This is so timely. Thank you, Tessa-Marie. Now I said, thank you for your wisdom. And Soul Out and Nayama know each other. And Yuko said, thanks to vacation account, I spoiled my mom. When I met Yuko, she didn't have a vacation account. And I said, you know, you want to go to Japan, you need to put your money aside. And when you get there, you want to entertain family. And you don't want to come back and on the plane, you're thinking, how am I going to pay this bill? Oh, I have to go home and pay it. You don't want that. So if you plan properly, you will succeed. If you follow small steps and don't try to make leaps and bounds, you will succeed. So I don't know how long this series will last, but I have so much financial knowledge that I was given as a gift from TD Bank. You know what is funny? I don't know if I had an aha moment, but I always knew that. There I am working for this bank. And they will pay me. They'll pay for me to study. So that means they pay me a salary, they pay for the course, and when I'm done, the certificate goes to them. Where is that certificate? It's somewhere up down there. And what they do, they frame it and they present it to me. And then they give me a promotion to make more money. So it was a win-win situation. And I published a book while working for them. Then I left. But the knowledge I have controlling the debt monster is in here, and it's because of TD Bank. So I am still winning, not because I sold books, but because I have tutored so many hundreds of people of how to manage your money financially successfully. I enlighten you, I give you education, I encourage you to use it, and I empower you to be successful. Have a wonderful day. See you on Saturday, 1 p.m., same place, same time, Eastern Standard Time. So if you like it, send a little note to say I enjoyed it. A few of my friends were there on TikTok and on Instagram. Candice was there. I love it, and I'm so happy I did it. I get to thank you. And God bless TD Bank, because without them, guess what? I wouldn't be here. So have a great day. They are not paying for this, guy, so don't get fooled. I am so happy that I have information I can share. So they did not help to do this. It's just me. I do things I like. So have a great day, and I'm going to cut off. Let me see who's still here. Yuko, Candice, Dawn, and Nancy. Thank you guys on Instagram. Goodbye. And then I am going to get off YouTube. So who is still there with me? So Lord, Nael, Nayama. Thank you guys for coming. Let's do this. We're ending. Bye. See you Saturday, 1 p.m. Bye-bye.